Alright, let's cut to the chase. You just want a golden ticket to Wonka's factory. You know it's a game of survival, so how are you going to do it? In today's video, I'm going to help you go through Wonka's tour without almost trying to kill yourself. So you're going to want to stay to the end to hear all the pieces of advice. We start the tour in the main room. Our friend Augustus shows us that if you fall into the river, then you're going to be swooped up in a big tube and taken far away. What happens in that tube? I don't know. But a bunch of Oompa Loompas sing gleefully about your predicament. So let's walk through some ways that you can escape this unfortunate event. First, make sure you're capable to actually bend down and scoop a little bit of that chocolate milk. If you're in your 30s and 40s, pop a squat for a second. So something like this. Okay, you're standing up here and you go down, pop a squat, make sure that, okay, yep, I can do this. If those knees crack or you are wobbling, I suggest you rethink about your decision right there. And if you're over 30, there's no excuses. If you happen to fall into the river, then you obviously need to swap those candy bars with some veggies and a Zumba class. Second is pick a new candy to obsess with. I get it, chocolate is incredible. Chocolate! I'm one of those obsessors on chocolate, but my goodness, let's expand our palates a little bit more. Everything in that room is edible. There might be other new flavors in there that you haven't tried, so let's just avoid the river. Third, it seems pretty common sense to not dip your hand into the river because there is a sizable gap between where you're standing and the river. So if you really do want to drink that chocolate milk, just go ask for a ladle. You clearly see that Mr. Wonka does have a ladle, so no excuses there. Another way to avoid this tragedy is find something to hold on to, whether that's a branch, an item like a railing, or even a person. If you must have that chocolate river, just take a few seconds to look around for your surroundings. Maybe you can grab onto something or go grab your mommy.
Mommy! Mommy!
Lastly, learn how to swim. You know it's there. You know you like chocolate. Just do some practice swims before you go and drink that chocolate because there are no lifeguards on duty. Once you survive the chocolate river, it's time to test your taste buds with a piece of gum. If I'm being honest, I'm all about creative flavors, but putting a 3-course meal in a piece of gum is not that fun. I personally like texture and feeling full. I'm not sure if it will make you feel full. It just allows you to taste it. But this isn't about me. This is about you surviving this factory tour. My first advice seems pretty obvious, but some people will disobey this. Just listen to Mr. Wonka. He says right at the very beginning, do not eat the piece of gum, so why are you going to eat it? Now I get there are some rule breakers watching this video, and if that's you, I just have a simple question. Would you put your hand on a hot stove if I asked you to? Point proven, let's move on. Similar to the last situation, pick another candy to obsess over with. I get it, we're in a candy factory and you're bound to find your favorite treat in there. But let me remind you that there were only 2 candies that actually cost the safety of 2 children. Chocolate and gum. So go wild with anything else. And at this point, keep your eyes on the prize. You saw Augustus and how he just caved into his desires.
What will you learn? That your actions have consequences!
The last option is just to become a 14-year-old Russian alcoholic.
2 shots of vodka.
You must have grown up in Russia to enjoy this advantage. You simply wouldn't be interested in this 3-course meal in this gum because it doesn't provide vodka. Trust me, being adopted from Siberia, I can attest to that. And after your vodka-infused gummies and avoiding that blueberry body, it's time to go meet the squirrels. This should be an easy room to survive unless rabies-infested squirrels are your weakness. That said, the first way to survive this room is desire any other animal. Besides sheep, there is literally no other animals in this factory. Go adopt a lemur after this tour and you should pass this room with ease. Now, with this next piece of advice, we do need a little real talk here. If you truly want a squirrel, look inside yourself and really ponder that you have everything that your heart desires. I recommend signing up for a few service projects in your community that should help that out. However, if you really do want one of these squirrels, I recommend kidnapping a baby squirrel immediately and training it for 19 weeks as that's what Tim Burton did in the filming of this movie. Therefore, if they can do it, you can do it. And if you can't wait for 19 weeks while training this this little squirrel that you kidnap. Just wait 1 or 2 hours after the tour to see if there is a gift shop at the end. I assume Mr. Wonka might have a gift shop at the end if you make it there. And if there isn't a gift shop, at least you survive the garbage hole. And my last advice with this, just go to the gym. If Veruca just lifted 250, I'm pretty sure she would have taken down these squirrels, but she didn't, so just go lift. And if you're tracking with me, we are now on level 4, which is the TV room. This might be the hardest room to survive since everyone is glued to their devices. Even you watching this right now. The first way to survive this room is pretty obvious. You don't even show up to the tour because you're doom scrolling. I get it. If you go to the factory, you might miss Taylor Swift's 400th version of Life of a Showgirl. To ensure you don't miss out, just skip the tour. But if you do show up to the tour, you made it all the way through, and you are a TV addict, just pick a different room. I mean, there are literally hundreds of other rooms to pick. You can just pick something else. I'm not gonna lie, the technology is pretty great in there. So if you do decide to indulge, just accept being small forever. It has its pros and cons. Pros is you never have to purchase a Disney ticket again because you can just sneak your way through.
It's not like you can just walk right out the front door.
That's true.
Cons, it might be hard to fall in love, especially if you're a guy, since most girls today expect you to be over 6 feet. I'm not sure if this advice really counts, but if you can escape the Oompa Loompa song, you are doing pretty good. Just don't get stabbed or smacked with a newspaper at the end and you'll walk out just fine. Lastly, don't push the button. Mr. Wonka says don't to, and by now you know that he's pretty wise. Finally, you made it to the end of the tour. You are the last person to survive. Yay! What do you do now? Accept the stupid factory, of course. I don't understand why Charlie didn't accept the factory in the first place. He lives right down the street. He can just walk to the factory every single day and walk back. And if this is you, just accept it. Mr. Wonka's going to give you the deed and title anyway, so then you can just bring your family in. And if there are some contingencies about bringing family members in, just create a mansion right next door. You're already going to be a millionaire, so they'll do just fine. Literally even closer than Charlie's original house. Let me know if you tried any of these techniques and if you survived Mr. Wonka's factory tour. And if you found any of these tips pretty helpful, give this video a like and a subscribe. Here on this channel, we have fun talking about movies and reenact them pretty badly. You don't want to miss out. Until next time, stay vigilant in Mr. Wonka's factory.